Well, Dawn and Michelle, the closures are in place and the crews are already at work here on the Cloverdale overpass. The good news is all of the work is going to be done overnight the next 2 nights, so rush hour commutes shouldn't be impacted too much. Now, here in Utah, the key to reducing opioid prescriptions isn't just relying on the physicians, it's also educating the patients themselves, using signs like this to get the conversation started. Anybody can walk into any of the Salt Lake County Library branches, and in a matter of minutes, no questions asked, they can walk out with a life-saving naloxone kit.
I had no more pain in that area.
Mark seemed pretty convincing, so I tested it out.
They're about 4 or 5 hair strands thick. You might have a sensation of dullness, achiness, throbbiness, and that's considered therapeutic.
They learn what points in the body connect with different organs, and for what it's worth, I don't like needles, and it wasn't that bad.
There's only going to be one winner, unfortunately.
I know, and one winner of our sweepstakes tonight as well. So Logan's going to hang out with us here at Wahoo's. We're going to announce the big winner at 6 o'clock. All 4 options in the entire state fall between Boise and Nampa. So as a result, some people are driving to the Treasure Valley daily from as far as Oregon and Pocatello in their mission to conquer addiction. So the Phoenix has also partnered with local groups like the VA and the Idaho Department of Correction to host workout classes with local veterans and inmates living in re-entry centers to help them connect with people in their community, provide resources that they can continue using even upon their release.
Can you say hi to Grandma? Say hi. Hi.
Life doesn't always go as planned. Just ask Cassidy Mendoza.
I mean, I thought I was going to be like everybody else, go to college. I would, get married, have a family. I didn't know that I would be married to somebody that didn't want the best thing for me.
The new mom is celebrating 6 years of sobriety after living nearly a decade from fix to fix.
And it starts out slow, just a few here and there, and then all of a sudden, I'm taking 5 at a time.
Eventually, her days revolved entirely around finding and doing drugs.
We just go from doctor to doctor, ER to ER, and that was my job, to make sure that we were high all day.
After falling in love with a drug addict, the former Nampa High cheer captain ended up hooked on methamphetamine, morphine, Percocets, and pretty much anything she and her then-husband could get their hands on.
Doing the opioids, it made me feel like I could just lose myself. I didn't have to worry about grief. I didn't have to worry about pain.
8 years in, her husband died of an opioid overdose.
The coroner called me and said that there was lines of pills sitting out. They were sitting there waiting, so it was an accident.
But even that wasn't enough to push Mendoza to seek a sober life.
I still didn't even get it. I didn't get it. So I go through the funeral, I go through everything. And I'm taking more pills. So this time I'm up to the big time stuff. Oxycontin, snorting up pills now by myself. I mean, Vicodin, everything.
Eventually, lying became easier than telling the truth.
I was so ashamed. I lost 10 years. I mean, there's years that I don't remember.
Cassidy says she'd resort to stealing money from her own mother to get high.
And that really made me feel bad. In the whole world, if anything did, that I hurt her.
Then in 2010, another wake-up call when Cassidy fell asleep driving on the highway near New Plymouth high on morphine and stolen methadone. 3
or 4 days later, I wake up in the hospital and the doctor asked me, "Why do you have methadone in your system?" I'm an addict, so I'm not going to tell the truth, right?
But surgeries to repair her crushed left arm just led her back to her biggest foe. 300 pain pills gone in 2 days.
But I didn't care. I didn't even, I'm just kind of floating through life, not knowing what's going on or who I'm affecting.
Fast forward through 2 more years of regular drug use, and with a strong push from her supportive mother, Cassidy had an option.
I'm forever grateful to her.
Go to rehab or go to jail.
You can either be stubborn and continue a life of chaos, or you can turn it around and use that strength to get out of it. And that's what she did.
It wasn't easy, and withdrawal was even worse than she imagined.
I was sick for weeks.
But 90 days later, Cassidy walked out of those doors with the tools she needed to stay clean. And on May 10th, she celebrated 6 years drug-free, now encouraging others struggling with addiction to know their strength.
We're strong women and strong men. We're strong people. We can do this. Take a Tylenol instead of a Percocet.
Her biggest inspiration to keep clean?
She's your reward.
Baby Marley.
For sure.
Karen Lehr.
Marley is joy.
6 on your side.